What's up, guys? Here with this week's Q&A. So let's just kick it off. Are AMRAPs good for strength or is it better for hypertrophy? It depends. That, quite frankly, it depends. What phase are you in training? Like, how heavy is your AMRAP? Are you doing an AMRAP with 85 to 90%? Are you doing an AMRAP with 60%, with 30%? So much context is missing. It can be a tool for both. Um, is it true that bodybuilders get approached by gay dudes a lot? I think it's probably not uncommon. Does stretching your back, hanging yoga stretching make it weaker for deadlift squat? No. Any tips to avoid herniated discs? Don't program like an idiot, and don't overreach very often. Opinion on bicep, tricep, quad, ham volume, and how to make sure you don't develop imbalances that could lead to injuries. Just program them both and don't let one get too far ahead of the other in both scenarios. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to belittle you at all, but it's really, that's not rocket science, man. Like, just keep them balanced in your training. There you go. Which deadlift accessory exercises should I do to make her come back? She's not coming back, bro. I'm sorry. Uh, seriously though, my favorite. This is for me personally, and again, this is lacking context. Front squats always help my deadlifts a ton, and doing block pulls tend to help my deadlifts a ton. But I'm not you, so I don't know. Try growing your bank account; she'll come back, maybe. Uh, does say a bench press at RPE 10 build more size and strength than RPE 8, same weight? If yes, theoretically speaking, if a lifter was immune to fatigue, should he only train at RPE 10 regardless of goal? So the second part, if a lifter was immune to fatigue, yeah, fucking hammer RPE 10s every set, all day, every day, and you're going to see the most growth possible. However, that is just hypothetical. Fatigue does play a factor in these things, and we're not machined like that. But in isolation, yes, an RPE 10 is going to build more size and strength than an RPE 8 in isolation. However, fatigue does exist, and you're not going to be able to stack these RPE 10s on top of each other over and over again. Whereas you can hit the RPE 8 over and over and build an efficiency. And that's going to ultimately lead to more strength gains. So, yeah, it sucks that fatigue gets to us. Like I said, if this was a game of just smashing your head into a brick wall over and over, Sam Sheethar is the only person who I would concede would beat me. There are others who could possibly beat me, but they'd have to give me a run for my money. I wish that was the case. I wish we could just train at RPE 10 all the time, every day, because I would do that. What is the difference between an RDL and an SLDL to you? Well, I mean, the obvious is the breaking up of the eccentric and concentric portions. In SLDL, you're starting with no eccentric. So you're starting, and then you're breaking it up between every rep. There's no stretch reflex. Well, I mean, there's still remnants of stretch reflex, but you're not engaging it completely. So that would be one. They're very, very close, but like I said, you get that stretch reflex with RDL for every rep. And stiff leg deadlifts, you get a little bit more lower back than you do with the Romanian deadlift. So very similar, slightly different. Uh, you know, what your goals are with training in regards to building muscle, building strength, where your weak points may be. If you feel like your lower back is a weak point, I would probably go with stiff leg deadlift over Romanian deadlift. What would be the minimum amount of volume required to maintain as much strength as possible while training for endurance? Don't want to get any stronger. Maintain strength. If I lose a little bit, that's okay. Yeah, so you're not going to maintain peak strength, of course, but maintaining like a base level of strength. There's not an exact number, but like just going in whatever your main lifts are and maintaining, like you really don't need to change up your training a whole lot. Like just do what you've been doing. If you want to decrease the volume a little bit to make more volume for your rowing race, but keep the intensity relatively the same, the amount you're actually going to need to just keep it at maintenance, it isn't very much at all. Go in, hit a few RPE 7-8 sets of whatever your lifts are, and call it a day, and you're going to maintain that strength just fine. Is mixed grip? Mixed grip is safe. I'm not going to be able to read the whole question because I'm running out of time. We see, these bicep tear compilations, but that is absolutely not the norm. The norm is a million deadlifts are done every day and without biceps tears.